Do not make these mistakes when going into retirement. Hey, it's Eric with Jazz Wealth Managers, where we don't just invest your dough, we like to educate you on your dough. Let's talk a little bit about the pre-retiree and the person that's actually getting ready to retire right this second. Some mistakes that you need to make sure you avoid. Now, this you would think isn't for everybody, but the thing about it is there's 4 tips that I want to go over, and some of these everybody can take something away from, because if you aren't setting yourself up right to go into the retirement years, it's going to cost you big time in the long term, and it may even make you have to work longer. So make sure you're paying attention. Let's go ahead and go over to the handy-dandy board. Let's talk about these. So the first one I want to talk about is something that a lot of people bank on when it comes to retiring early. They say, oh, I'm going to do this. And what they don't know are all the rules that come into play, and that's the rule of 72T. So when it comes to the 72T, this is an IRS rule that allows you to pull money out of your IRA once you have quit working, and you can actually avoid a 10% penalty. So you can go ahead and retire early. That's the idea of it. The problem is that what people haven't done is figure out the calculations. Now, there's multiple ways to calculate it. I believe there's 3 in total. And the thing is if you go and you run that calculator, oftentimes you're going to find, and what I've seen with clients and people that I'm working with, is that when they want to retire early, they're going to need a lot more money than what the 72T rule is going to provide. And if you pull excess money than what it is required that you can pull, then you're going to be stuck paying a 10% penalty. So this one is one that you've really got to pay attention to if you're going to jump into that and try to retire early. The second one is something that, a lot of people should really think about, and that's the 30 years of Social Security. So the thing about it is that you only have to work for 10 years or 40 quarters to qualify for Social Security. But the way it's calculated is they actually look at years 1 through 30 of your working years, and it's the highest years. So if you've worked 35 years, don't you worry. They're figuring all that in to make sure that they're going to be fair with you, or the government's fair, right? I hope so. So, well, if we're looking at this right here, some people, though, they may only work years 1 through 29. Well, what happens in the 30th year? They're going to average in a big fat goose egg for you for that year. Now, the government's all about wanting to not pay you money. So why don't we look at this, though, and really consider that? Because let's just say that you're 59 years old and you're ready to get out the door, but you really need to save a little more money anyways. Well, this is a good possible way right here to increase your income in retirement just a little bit more by just bringing up the average on your Social Security. The third one I want to talk about, oh my goodness, this one right here, this one gets me, because so many people do this. And now I get it. There's a lot of scenarios where maybe you need to do it. But for a lot of people, it's a costly mistake. And that's taking Social Security. What is it there? It's 62. So if you take it as early as you can take it, if you waited until full retirement age, which, let's just say is 67, it's hit or miss, depending on when you're retiring things. Let's just say it's 67. It's about a 30% difference there. So you're going to lose 30% just by waiting or taking it early there. Now, some people are like, well, I'm just going to get the money right this second. And I understand the concerns there, but it's something to really look at, because this one's costly. If you wait till 70, which is the max you can take, max age there, that's actually going to pay you the most. But really look at this, because this is one that you've got to consider. Now, the biggest one, if you're retiring early, I see people doing. Now, this isn't for everybody. If you've already retired, congrats. Hopefully you have this set up. But if not, the fourth one right here is what am I writing there? Not having buckets, and buckets. So here's the thing, is that when you're sitting there and you're investing all your money and you're putting it, man, my handwriting's just awful today. So when you're putting your money away into all the 401k and all of this different stuff, and you want to retire early. Now, your 401k plan might actually allow you to retire early without a penalty. A lot of them at 55 years old, you can actually retire, pull money out, leave it in the 401k. That's one option. But if not, what happens then? Well, you put yourself in a little bind if everything is in your 401k. So you've really got to start planning for the idea of having other buckets of money, such as an individual account or a joint account. call them a brokerage account a lot of times, taxable accounts. They're all different names for them. Or what about a Roth IRA? If you've started a Roth IRA in an early amount of time, that's a great opportunity as well, because with a Roth, you can take the principal out, you just can't take the growth out until you're 59 and a half. So that's another one you can access. But even getting into the retirement years, it's all about tax strategy. And if all you have is your 401k, you've really got to think about that and look at that. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch more FinTips videos, click here. Be sure to like and subscribe also.